Hey, yo, my squad stays on point like that. Yo, what's up? This is Paris Smith from PMD, holding it down right now, giving the big shout out to BACKSPIN TV. Keep it rolling, 2011, the headbanger.
Okay, jetzt sind wir wieder, BACKSPIN TV, live and direct with the legendary PMD, EPMD, Long Island, LI in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you be, man? What's up?
Yo, everything's good. Just out here at Hip Hop Camp. Just came off the stage, wrecking it. Great crowd, hip hop, B-boys, B-girls, you know.
You had your crew with you. Like, maybe you can introduce your peoples right here. Or...
Yeah, this is my man Sean Strange. He's been rocking underground for a minute. You may have seen him. And now he's doing his own thing. He got a solo album coming out. And him, myself, and DJ Illegal from the Snow Goons, we put an album together called The Goondocks.
All right, cool. There was another crew on stage. Like, who was that?
Yeah, that was another outfit extension of Sean Strange. That's No Good People, NGP. So that was Crooks, O-Dub, Meth Mouth, you know, and then there's Bundy back at the crib. There's a whole bunch of them. It's like an army of them.
What's up with Eric, EPMD? You had an album, you came back 2 years ago with an album, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with EPMD?
Yo, EPMD knocked out about 60 shows this year. We was in Czech Republic, February, March, April, May, June, July, like 6 months ago. So, you know, we came over here, you seen us, get busy. We rocked with, what's my man, Hisham, knocked out some shows. We did Rome, did the UK, big show over there. And then now, after I fly home from this, EPMD, DJ Scratch, Rakim, and Funkmaster Flex is in Central Park this Sunday. So, you know, we up on it. Like, we be moving around. We just did San Francisco, Napa Valley, and stuff like that. You know, we moving around.
All right, what we want to do right now, like I got like 10 classic EPMD joints. Maybe you got a little story to it. Like, we consider those classic hits. So maybe you can say something to it.
No question.
I'm gonna start with, of course, with Strictly Business.
Well, yo, that was the single off the first album, basically, you know, and that's what to set it off, because we was in Long Island. We had to compete with Queens, we had to compete with Brooklyn, we had to compete with Manhattan. So when we got in there, me and Eric knew it was about business. So the first single, Strictly Business, looped the Eric Clapton / Bob Marley sample, and then bang, you know.
Classic hit, So What You Saying?
Yo, So What You Saying, you know what that was? That was unfinished business. You know, after we dropped Strictly Business and wrecked everybody's head, then they was like EPMD couldn't do it again, so they got the sophomore jinx. So we came back like, So What You Saying?
I'm gonna continue right now. I'm going back to the Big Payback.
The Big Payback, that was in the same batch, unfinished business. So once we hit you with So What You Saying, you know, and then once you're marinated with that, we came over the top with the Big Payback, you know.
So one of the biggest hits, and it says it itself, Crossover. Like how the track came about, like.
Yo, Crossover was the truth. Basically, we seen a lot of rappers come in, like Large Pro say. Once they get in, they feel hesitant to represent. So at that time in '92, we seen artists that could have like helped the hip hop movement, but they chose to take the radio route. So we came with the Crossover. Crossover, you're out of here, gone, nice to know you. What a way to go out, no clouds, what the fans are shout, because you got gas and took the wrong route, you know?
And of course, like, you know, at that time, Hit Squad was the squad that's crushed everybody. Headbanger, I mean, like, till today, that's like the ultimate posse anthem. With the Juice Crew thing, you know what I'm saying, about the Headbanger, it's the closest for me that comes to, like, you know, the symphony.
Yeah, and that's right, big props to the symphony, you know, and I've always thought about that. The difference between that song and the Headbanger was we actually took guys before they became famous, then they record their albums. Then we did Headbanger, you know?
I want to go one album back again, Rampage. Well, Cool J.
Yeah, well, after we came through with Strictly Business, then we got past the sophomore jinx with Unfinished Business, then it was business as usual. So we was already on Def Jam, LL was there, and then boom. And he also lived like 2 towns away from us. So me and L went in the studio one day, I hooked up the track, boom, we dropped, because there's 2 Rampages out there. There's the one with just me and LL, and then there's the one with me, LL, and Eric. All right,
we gotta check that.
Yeah, check them. The hip hop historians know about that.
Okay, like, and then you told the truth. A lot of women are in there, like, you know, to pimp the man. So I'm going like straight to Gold Digger.
Yo,
the original Gold Digger, not the Gold Digger from Kanye. We're talking about the one.
Not the Jack. But again, that was on business as usual. So, you know, we started coming into ourselves. The game started growing. Basketball, NFL, hip hop, it was all like the same. But at the same time, you're seeing a lot of guys go down, getting divorces, you know, losing a lot of cash, so we had to tighten up. That's where Gold Digger came.
So there's one track that went through the whole career of EPMD. I'm talking about that Jane thing, you know what I'm saying? Can you actually tell people, like, who is Jane?
Well, in the beginning, she was fictitious. She didn't exist on the first 2 or 3. But then once we got deep into the hip-hop and shit began to get thick, then Jane went from fiction to reality. So you know how it go when you travel around the world. You know, the people ain't just listening to the music, they building too.
We got 2 joints left, and I'm coming like to the joint, you know what I'm saying? Like that, we're like back in business when EPMD came back after a long hiatus. You know, a long ass hiatus. So
a long, I can't even believe it. Yo, man, we would have waited any longer, we wouldn't have came back. So yo, I'm glad you expressed that. But outside of making, you know, the hardcore music and the regular songs we make, we just wanted to make a dope song, you know, boom. And that was one of the lead-off ones off of Back in Business in '97 once we got together.
So the last track that I got on my schedule is like 2 years ago. The last album came out. Listen Up was the single to it, which is a favorite with Teddy Riley on the hook, you know what I'm saying? For all the old school cats like me, it was like a dope ass joint for the club, you know? Like, how that came about, how did you get like Teddy Riley like back in the studio and stuff?
Well, he was always close with Teddy, you know, and we all came up like when we first started, like he was rocking with Guy, we was doing EPMD, so sometimes we would cross collide on the shows or on the stage. So when we got back and, you know, the auto-tune came into play and it got all played out, you know, we wanted to come with some real stuff. Roger Troutman passed away, God bless the dead. That's where we got to chill with. So we didn't want to use you know, we wanted to get the real deal. And Teddy Riley's the real deal, so that's how we came up with that.
Okay, I want to thank you for taking the time.
No, anytime.
You know what I'm saying, like we've been covering EPMD since day one, since '94, and it's a pleasure like to have you here like again.
Yo, no doubt.
All right, one, man.
Peace, y'all.